then.
So I think I'll start and go that way. So let's put that on this side.
It's only that way a little bit.
That way.
Right there. And I think it's coming on there, isn't it?
Could be. I think it's that one up there.
Put it in the truck. You got somewhere up there you can.
I've been throwing them in the bed or the bucket.
Okay.
It's most likely plugged here. So I'd rather start there and go that way. That way we have a place for the water to go to.
Okay.
I might let you move that thing. Hard to see when you're in the sea. I'm betting that's that line right there. That's the line over there.
Okay. Well, morning everybody. We're out here digging tile today. This is a project that's been kind of put off for a minute. It's had a lot of rain. Just can't seem to get to dry out here. It's still pretty doughy, but I guess it's about the right consistency for digging tile. You can see down there some big dirt piles straight ahead there. That's from one of the last projects we worked on. We got a 24-inch main tile that runs through this farm, and it's got some clay bell tile. Pretty well the entire way is clay bell tile. And when the water pressure gets so high or the tile gets misaligned, the water can push out in between and form what's called a tile blowout. That's where you have your dirt is leaving, it's going down the tile and headed downstream. It can be caused by a number of things, crushed tile. In that case, for most of that, it's bell work, but there is a lot of crushed tile over there. So we got a couple sticks of ADS plastic to go back in, so that's what we're going to use. But we're working on digging some smaller ones today. The big excavator's not here today, so we're going to work on doing this ourselves. And right there it is. You can see the red clay there. Your bucket up front. I think I see the pile.
Yeah.
Well, we've done all of our digging now. We just got back from getting our tile products we need. There just happens to be a Y here. There wasn't one before. There was just a rock at the end of a tile. That's how the old timers used to do it. But there's a 3-inch tile coming in on this end. There's a 4-inch down there. So I'm gonna get Dad some material here and we'll get this put back together.
Let me have the Y first.
Too much to carry. What do you want first?
Let me see what the 4-inch couplers look like. Okay, so I need 5.5 inches of 4-inch tile. He does 4-inch coupler. I learned everything I know about fixing tile from Don Steiner, an excavator friend from Redmond, Ohio. I always tell everybody if water can flow uphill, Don Steiner can make it happen. If I have a water problem, he's the guy I call. I worked in the ditch with him fixing my tile for a number of years. He'd bring his backhoe and he taught me how to do this. So I do it the way he does it. And he told me one time, he said, Brian, he said, you need to get your own little backhoe so you can do your tile repairs. And he said, don't buy anything with less than a 10-foot reach. So one year, Leo Marty, retired salesman from Sterling Farm, stopped by and he told me about this little backhoe farmer had out of New Washington, Ohio. And that little backhoe was the grave digger for New Washington, Ohio for a lot of years. 11 inches. Anyway, the fella, the older gentleman that was doing the work there, told him, he says, if you want me to keep digging graves, you're going to have to get me something with a cab. So they bought him a Kubota, nice Kubota with a cab, and so that little 3-point hitch backhoe became available, and another farmer out there, Jeff Kramer, grain farmer out there, ended up with it. He's a friend of Leo Marty. Make a long story short, Jeff wanted to upgrade to a full-size case backhoe, and this became available, so guess who got it? And it's been a really nice backhoe for us. It doesn't have the power of a big old case, but next to the shovel, it's pretty nice. It does the job. Anyway, so that, you got to get the hole dug. That's job number one. Then once you get it dug, then you have to fix it right. And that's what we're trying to do now, is we're employing our plumbing skills. Now I got to go from 4 to 3. So to do that, I need, let me see if this is enough. I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
the bad part.
Nope, that ain't it. If I go like this, let me see that. If I go like this and this, yeah, that'll work. So anyway, it's a, first year I had the backhoe. See, I used to rely on Don's, what should I call it, his pantry full of tile repairs. Well, once you got your own backhoe, yeah, you got the hole dug. Well, now you got to have the stuff put it back together. So that first year, we were frantically, I need the tape, frantically running around getting supplies so we could put things back together. Better make that 11 and give me a 3-inch, yeah.
You said 11?
Yeah. We're frantically running around getting supplies so we could fix stuff. And boy, I'll tell you, we've got a Heinz 57 of tile. Between this farm and the old Geyser farm where I live, and Paul Sneer's farm. We've got every tile size known to man. We've got round ones, we've got octagonal ones, we've got square ones, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6. There's tiles that I never even dreamed of. So now we have a pantry with, we took old plastic barrels and cut them in half and labeled them. We got our parts up there. So we try to keep a decent inventory, but once in a while we'll run out of something. It's nice just to go out, dig it, fix it, and be done with it, not have to go to town and run after stuff. I'm not a big shopper. I don't like going to town. But sometimes you don't have any choice but to go to town and get what you need to fix it. So every once in a while we have to. But today, so far, it's worked out that we don't have to run after anything. We've got what we need. That's looking pretty good, Ben. All right, the next thing, the next thing Don taught me was if you disturb the grade, dirt settles. Tile is very sensitive to grade change. You got to maintain 1% slope for your water to flow. Some places it's a little more than that. But anyway, if you underdig a tile, you get below grade, you need to bring that back with something that's not going to settle. That's where 57 gravel comes in handy. Always have gravel on hand. Don always, when he came, I had to make sure I had gravel. Gravel's your friend. In this situation here with these loose-fitting tile parts, I'm going to use gravel to bridge that void there. Because this plain old dirt, when it gets wet, is going to sink, and then you're going to be back in here digging it up again, wonder why you did it in the first place. So you're going to do it right. And gravel is your friend when it comes to fixing tile. Those big tile down there we've got dug up behind me, someday we'll get back to them. We got 20 ton of gravel up there. That's the job's going to take a lot of gravel. This job here won't take quite so much. Get it in the hole where I want it now. Oh, that's heavy. No. Another half a bucket.
Half? Yeah.
Another thing gravel does is if this tile gets pressure, back pressure on it, soil will wash out under pressure, but gravel won't. Gravel will hold against the water pressure where dirt won't. Dirt will just blow out of the hole and then you'll end up with a big hole. That's how you find half of these tile problems, is we see a hole appearing in the field. That lets us know that there's something going wrong with the drainage. Okay. There, we've officially fixed hole number 1 for 2022. On to the next one.
Well, this is hole number 2. This is the first one you've seen us actually dig in here. But these are all flat-sided tile, most of these anyways. And this is a shallow tile, and it seems to be in our area, all these flat-sided tile, usually they're shallow and they usually break. The corners are weak, like Dad just said. So in this case, there's kind of, I don't know, a 15-16 foot run here of what was flat-sided tile that was all crushed. And this actually, I believe, is the tile that runs all the way up there to the driveway. You might not be able to see it, but there's an orange Hickenbaum up there. And there's actually kind of a small catch basin on the other side of that drive to catch all the water that runs off those fields over there, at least surface water, and run it down this tile down to the creek down there. And with this being crushed and blocked, we had a lot of washing on top. You can see this kind of rut going all the way up there. And I'm wondering if the reason why we had so much of that this year is because this tile was crushed, plugged, and unable to take water from uphill and run it downhill. So I think that was probably a large contributing factor to some of this washing we had here this year. But we're gonna go back in with some dual wall tile over there. This tile is kind of shallow. Machinery is heavy, and in wet conditions, heavy machinery and weak tile is not a good good situation.
Dual wall will withstand more weight.
Dual wall will hold more weight, like Dad said. We don't have excessively big machinery, and that's one of the reasons why we don't have excessively big machinery, is to try to reduce any damage that we potentially can cause to tile.
Tank spreaders will flatten.
Tank spreaders, yeah, if you have a tanker spreader, they're pretty good for crushing tile. What'd you need? There's the one on the other side of that?
Oh, okay, okay.
I thought there was one on the other side of that.
Yeah, we're gonna start down there. Now I need gravel first because we've got, remember that big rock we dug out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you dump a little gravel right there where that earthworm is, in that hole where we took that rock out of there.
You got any?
Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, just give it all. Let's see how that looks. Well, need water to clear a little bit. It might be all right. I think we're gonna do it. Maybe just a skosh more here.
How much is the skosh?
A couple shovelfuls. Right where my shovel is, just a little bit. That's good. That feels better. All right, now I need the coupler.
I didn't bring that.
And then we use the solid stick first. That's going to get us pretty well here, but not quite all the way probably. That does fit in there, right? Should.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I'll let you go up there and feed it toward me. Whoops. Here, I'll grab this end.
You got that in?
Yep.
We're done patching tile in this field here, so now I'm using the 6 and this blade here. We're going to push the hole shut. Dad's going to bring me some more gravel, or not gravel, I mean dirt. There's a pile up there, and we're going to get these all smoothed up so we can farm like nothing happened here. So he's done taking the backhoe back now. I'm getting ready to push this pile of dirt in, so we'll catch up with you guys here when we're done. For now. So these piles may look like they're high, and that's because when it rains, that rain is actually going to cause that dirt to settle some, and it'll end up being pretty even. I mean, it's not going to be perfect here, but it'll be pretty close. And then when I come along later with the disc, we're going to end up seeding this field to alfalfa. This was beans last year. We knifed manure on it right before winter there, and we'll go ahead and run our 496 disc across this, get it all nice and worked up, nice and smooth. End up seeding alfalfa on here, but for now, all those holes are now pushed back shut. Got some rain coming back to the west of me. I don't know if you can see that dark bunch of clouds back here, but that's some rain moving in. I'm going to go up to the barn here, and we've got another tile we might possibly fix. before that gets here. I'll see what Dad's doing when I get up. Now I got them pushed back shut. So on to the next thing. I'm running out of battery anyway. Take some topsoil and fill that wash in that field. That way we don't have to bounce over that the entire time we're, cutting hay, whatever, because this is going to become a hay field out here. You cut hay 4 times a year minimum, and really don't feel like having to bounce over that 4 times, mowing it, 3 times at least of jetting it, 4 times breaking it, plus the baler, the chopper, you name it, then runs over it as well. So he's gonna take that first load down there. I'm right behind him with the 6 and the blade, and we're gonna go ahead and smooth it up some. Headway here, but the air temperature just drastically changed. That cold front just went through, so I'm imagining pretty directly here I'm gonna get wet. Watching the horizon to the west, it usually tells you when you're gonna get wet. Start seeing that tree line back to the west disappear, you better be finding somewhere to go. That is, if you want to stay dry. Yeah, dropped a solid, I don't know, 10 degrees. Actually, this t-shirt's kind of cold now. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. The center of that pile must be kind of wet, huh?
The outside, the center is bone dry. It's dust in the middle. Wet on the outside. It cooled off.
Oh yeah, I thought I was gonna get wet.
I did too.
As cold as that air got right now.
Yeah. Must have went around again.
Yeah, it got dark, went to the north. I don't know. I guess
Can't go on forever, I guess. We'll see.
I don't know what time it's getting to be. It looked like about 4 we were going to get wet.
3:25.
Well, we got about a half hour then, I guess. All right.
How are we doing? We getting anywhere?
Yeah. How much of this are you wanting me to do? Like, are we going to clear down through this field probably?
Well, I don't know.
So that's up to you.
I don't want to use the whole pile out here.
No.
I just thought we'd work at it today till we got wet. I thought by now we'd be wet. I'll haul a couple more.
Well, it's not perfect, but it's a lot smoother than it was. At least get across this with a disc and stuff without beating my equipment real bad. Ended up finding another tile blowout we missed, so Dad went and got the backhoe. He's up over there digging that now. I'm gonna go get the truck. It's starting to sprinkle, so maybe we can get that other tile fixed before the rain gets here. It'll be probably time to pack up by the time we get that done as far as rain. So we'll grab the truck and some shovels and go help Dad. Well, this is the other tile blowout. 5" to 3". There's a 3" coming in on the side here. You might be able to see there. So you need a Y, and we don't have a 5" Y. Don't actually know if they even make one, so we're doing some farmer ingenuity here. We are taking hole saw, sawing a hole in the side of 5" tile here, putting a 3" coupler in through, and 3" tile. And then we're going to bed that all in gravel, so all of our soil hopefully doesn't end up washing down there. But what we're going to try anyways. Don't have much else of an option. It's either that or...
It's called creative plumbing.
That or no solution here, because I don't have any other ideas.
I think the most junctions is, do you have another 3 somewhere?
Yeah, I'm trying to cut it, but since you...
The most junctions I ever remember in one hole is 5, and that's up there by the driveway where the hook and bottom is. I think that's a record holder. Don Steiner was actually here for that one. There's 5 tile come together in that hole. That was a plumbing feat in itself. We had field tile, sewer tile. We had everything coming together in that hole. I pity the guy digs that up someday.
Thanks.
William.
We'll leave it for William.
Who did that? That's your surprise.
Well, I'm glad that's dull.
Get yourself.
Oh yeah.
Same bad thing about tiling in the spring, you're in the dirt, and dirt is the worst possible thing to, on any kind of blade, whether it be a chainsaw or anything. Just
should I be cutting all them off, or should we have one side that has them on it?
Oh, you can cut them all. Okay. In case I screw up. Imagine that. All right, we'll do this and these first.
What's the matter?
I said I hope it's not too short.
You have another one in the truck.
I almost shorted myself. I always cut them a little long. I like a pressure fit. I'd rather have a pressure fit than a gap. Don Steiner's the one that taught me how to cut them off. He said you never know when you don't like something. You want to be able to get it apart without fighting. Every once in a while something doesn't go quite right and you need to refit it. And when they're snapped together, there's no refitting it. Can't get them apart. This is the hard part. Stand on your head. Oh boy. Oh, ouch. The smaller ones are easier to do this with. A bigger tile, the flex is easy.
That's tight, yeah.
Don't pinch your finger in there. All right, we're in. Now, this goes here, like so. There's my shovel, hammer. I'm gonna come down here so I got as much room to turn as I can. So now I need the drill.
Okay.
Clouds are getting closer.
Yeah, it's getting pretty dark back to the west.
Get done before she gets here. We did put the 3 on here, didn't we? Yeah. We did. That's not the 4. No, it's the 3.
I doubt you can drill that on an angle. I doubt.
No.
Oop. Yeah, naturally. That's usually how
At
it
least it
goes.
didn't drop the drill in, right? Could be worse. All right, now. Let me see the 3-inch tile once, and then I'll try doing that. I don't know if it's possible, but we'll see. I don't know, I might be able to.
Look at a screwdriver.
They'll coax him with the Buck 110. Wonder who that is.
I think that's tomato.
Oh, that's. What happened to the big truck?
I don't know. I think it'll just. I don't know. Depending on what he has to come pick up, he
Wave to him.
uses something small.
He's been having a tough time. He told me 1 week it was transmission, and the next week it was the fuel system. He says he's just been having a terrible time lately. There we go. Now, we'll cut him long. I think I'll cut him right back here. He's just been having a terrible time. I think he was trying to run that little one to save fuel. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe.
The fuel is just out of this world.
I know.
He said training went out 1 week and got it back, and then he said the fuel system puked on it. And he said it's just one thing after another. Said I can't win for losing. Alright, now see if I can get you on there. Let's tighten that. Oh, that's the way we want it. See anything wrong with that?
No, naturally, I like it myself.
Bring me some gravel.
I think it worked pretty good, really.
Tuck her underneath and keep the grade, and that will be alright. Starting to hold his head.
Here, why don't I do myself a favor? Can you run that? And not really.
I gotta hold the tile.
Well,
Stick on a pro. That's steel.
hang on a minute. I got a good idea. Right there.
That'll work.
It's the problem most of the time is finding somewhere to stick this darn thing.
We'll have to make us a mounting plate, like you said.
Yeah.
What do you want first? Give me part of it right here. That's good. That's good. I gotta work some underneath. So that kind of got crazy with my digging. All right, right on top.
All of it?
Yep. We'll throw the other one in too since we're short on dirt. Oh boy. Charlie horse. That happens when you bend your parts the wrong direction. We might make it yet. That's a full one there.
Yeah, I see that. There's no lip on the bottom.
Looks good to me. Very good. We'll put all the refuse in the truck this time. So the hose empty, and then I can push it in.
I don't know if you've seen it back there to the west or not, but that rain is coming. Turning white back to the west, and that usually means water's moving in. We're gonna go get everything put away before we get wet.